this week, the car I have really been waiting for. You've been waiting for it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah? And what is it, David?
It is the IONIQ 5, the new Hyundai all-electric vehicle.
Now, David, let's have a little look at the entry. As I walk closer, the handles pop out of the side of the car. Excuse the ham. There's more ham here than a butcher's shop. You come around the side, all of the handles have popped out, and you just pull that out to get into the car. When the car locks, which you can do from the key, from the little square on it, or from inside, the handles all pop in. They also do that when you drive off.
20-inch tyres, Alan, with their own distinctive rims.
And quite a lowish profile, considering this is an SUV, but not a very big SUV. But I think that pattern looks rather smart. LED headlights, these are all pixelated. Don't worry about that strobing, that's just what it's doing with the camera. If you were here with us, you'd see that they're just on constantly. A nice low bonnet.
And no grille, but rather this band for detection, where it's got a degree of things behind it.
Just looks very smart. And this, although you can't see it in the daylight, this is all lit up. Under the bonnet, there is not a lot to see.
It looks like a big powertrain, but in fact it's not. It's like a Tesla. It's got a bit of a boot in the front.
And all you can see in here is the charging cable.
And the other cable for powering ancillary
things.
stuff.
David, let's have a look at that. As you can see, once you take the cap off, this is just a normal charging plug that fits into the flap.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that great? Now there's another little extra bit here for the fast charging things, but let's ignore that for a minute. Oh, that's...
Why is it flashing at me, Alan?
Because it thought I was standing at the back with the key and it was about to open the tailgate.
What, it gets turned on, does it?
It does get turned on, more turned on than me, I can tell you. Then you just plug anything in here that you like. That's just a normal domestic Australian plug. Hairdryer, electric barbecue, whatever.
Out on camping site.
Out on camping. But as you said...
Oh, it's not fully set up to plug into your house like the Nissan Leaf.
Because this door is so wide, there's a little blind here that you can put up and down if you want blind stuff. But look at this. How easy is that? In the back, I've got a mountain of room. There's an absolute shed load of space. I've got my own vent here in the back as well, and the seats have seat heating. There's also some more of those pixels that we were talking about on this that looks like this recycled plastic sort of effect, which I quite like. There's some more fancy bioplastic fabric on the doors and on the back of the seats. It looks like a smart linen weave suit. There are some USBs on this console that slides backwards and forwards. And now that I've slid the console forward, because this has a completely flat floor, I can just slide straight across and get out the other side. But that's not all. I can do the same thing in the front. This is all electric, all set up. Some more of those little pixels there. A full suite of buttons to control the windows and the locks. But, oh no, I've parked right beside something and I can't get out the driver's door. Never mind, I can just slide straight over and get out the other side. The back, of course, is electric, and it has that Hyundai thing where if you stand here long enough, it goes up by itself. And then underneath, there is absolutely nothing. That's full of batteries under the cover and the motor. But there's just a tyre mobility kit, which, as you know, never works. You give the enormous, I mean, that looks like a bloody microphone. It's enormous. Give it a twist, it releases the brake, activates the reversing camera, and we're ready to go. Like so.
Pretty good quality screen.
And you'll notice it's got a 360-degree view, so you could just reverse, just using that. And if there's any little kidlets or whatever around the back where they shouldn't be, you'll see them. Might tempt you to go faster, but you'll see them.
I was trying to avoid a joke.
I know, well, I can edit that bit out. Give it a twist forward, and of course park is on the end of the stalk. Now this is a quirky view. You can put that anywhere you like. Now, of course, this does have the Hyundai Parking system. And the Hyundai Parking system is activated by pressing the parking button. And now it's searching for spaces, see? Isn't that clever? So we might...
That graphic is clearer than other graphics.
Yeah. Well, it just seems to work. But look at that, David. There's no noise. No noise. It's as quiet as a mouse. When we turn the indicator on, you'll know that you're turning that way because there's a camera view up on the screen. There's no one behind us, so I can do that. And you'll get a view either side. I've got this on the light theme, but you can have a darker theme if you wish. Now this view, I'll get out now, gives me a view of what's happening around us by virtue of the GPS, so the maps, but it also gives me a view of the car, so just the base version of the car with the battery and so forth, just in case I've forgotten that I'm in a battery car that's going to run out in 57% time. Now I've activated the I pedal by giving the left-hand paddle a pull, so that means I'm driving now just on one pedal, and so we're pulling up a hill now, and I could. Isn't that's just extraordinary torque. I do, of course, have drive modes. Would you like to see another drive mode?
Yes.
The lights have come up for sport. Now remember, we are only in the two-wheel drive model. There's nothing wrong with that pickup. Nothing wrong with that at all. You see that my dashboard has gone all red and angry. And I'm putting my indicator on again and the pictures come up. I think that's just sensational. I've overtaken. I've now moved the cruise control up to 100 and it's just gracefully increased to 100. It's keeping a set distance from the car in front and it's also steering. Now I can turn that steering off if I want. There you go, the steering's now turned off and I'm now in lane departure warning mode only, or lane departure, active lane departure. So it'll still keep me within the lane, but it'll only if I try to get out of the lane. I really like the fact that this is a temple to modernity. I love all the surfaces. It's just beautiful. And what I like is that they haven't tried to get everything into the infotainment screen. There's still a row of buttons underneath, touch buttons that are backlit for climate controls. The only thing that I couldn't find was my seat controls, and it's because it's in warmer. I mean, it's a bit daft, isn't it? Because as well as a warmer, there's a cooler. So what did they call it? Warmer cooler.
Yes.
And they just call it warmer.
When you said controls, you meant temperature controls, not the movement controls.
Ah, well, let me surprise and delight you when we stop. Now, David, I think you're tired.
Right.
I do. I think you're very tired.
Right.
Are you tired?
I'm tired.
All right. Let me just... Oh, I'm a bit chilly.
This is only for sleeping, Alan.
Now, David, you've been like this for some little while. You've been charging your car with the air conditioning on, quite a hot day, but it's now time for you to go. Would you like to return to your normal position?
Yes, how do I do that?
Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen?
I like it.
Isn't it brilliant? You've got little footstools here under the front of the seat. The seat is kind of human shape. And when you tell it to remember this position, it remembers all of the seats in the car, including the electric back ones.
Ah.
So you can move all of those seats.
Ah.
But there's also seat memory positions over there, 2 seat memory positions, independent of these memory seat configurations here. This will also dip the mirrors. There's room here in the center console for you to put a large bag or satchel in. There's a couple of USBs. There's another USB right in the front. That's the one that connects to Apple CarPlay, etc. And there's a couple of USBs in the back. There's also the Qi wireless charger down here on the center console.
What does chi mean?
It's the Chinese word for energy, I think. David, how long's the wheelbase?
It's as long as the Palisade, very large SUV.
Which is a much bigger car than this, and yet there feels like there's more space in this. Final thoughts, David?
It's the way ahead. It's a very functional car, more than function has normally meant.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you think the drive matches the outside appearance?
In performance, particularly if you get the twin engine one, yeah.
Just generally, I think this feels modern, neutral, without feeling that you have to go out of your way to do anything different. It does everything for you. It's looking out for you. I think this is brilliant. As always, at this time, if you've liked the film, hit like.
And make a comment.
There to subscribe.